What if I told you that your incredible interview that has gone for over an hour can be lost in the last 5 minutes? What if I told you it happens all the time? I'm talking careers that pay over $200,000, that scale above $500,000 per year. And the interviews are won or lost in the last 5 minutes. Yes, it happens all the time. I have seen it multiple times this year. Just by watching and taking notes on this video, you could win the sales job you are desperately competing for. I'm going to teach you the closing loop. It is a bulletproof close that gives you the absolute best prospect to impress your interviewer and win the career. At the end of every interview, you'll be asked if you have any questions. You may have several questions regarding training, market information, management style, and company culture. Once those are properly answered, it's time to begin the closing loop. This is a branching tree strategy that goes like this. First question: have I answered all of your questions to your satisfaction? If the answer from the interviewer is yes, it becomes very simple. Your response is, thank you. Will you offer me the opportunity now? Here, the interviewer's answer may be one of several, like, there are more rounds to this process, or I'm not the final decision maker, or I have other candidates I need to review. To which your response is, may I have your commitment for your advocacy to continue on to the next round of this process? Assuming the interviewer told you the truth, that they were completely satisfied with your answers, you'll get an approval and to move on to the next rounds. If it is the final interview, you should get the job now. But if the answer is no to any of the above questions, especially the first one, you need to proceed with, what answers did you see as weaknesses in my qualifications? This will force the interviewer to expound on where one or more of your answers were weak. The interviewer will be compelled to identify exactly where you came up short, to which your response is, let me address that question again. And then you must be prepared to have another example or experience to substantially re-answer that question. Upon answering the question completely, you must close the interviewer on that question again. Does this satisfactorily answer your question? If the answer is no, you're doing it again, and you're doing it until you get it right. If the answer is yes, here we have come full circle. The loop starts over if the interviewer once again identifies a weakness in your answers or in your candidacy in general from any part of the interview. You approach the new weaknesses with the same focus on reconciling any doubts, and this loop is continued until you arrive where you started, and you should finally receive a yes to the entire checklist. There are numerous benefits to this method. It is a consultative close that any seasoned sales leader will admire. It shows professional persistence and attention to detail that is extremely relevant in an actual high-level sales career. Equally important is that you have closure when you walk away from the interview, that you left nothing to chance. You are either going to move on to the next round, winning the job outright, or frankly, you are never going to get that job. These are 3 great outcomes for walking away from any interview. Now, work hard, practice this method, and go get it.